So we're back with our spin on it.
Yes, we are.
And this month, we are giving you our spin on upping your mental game and preparing for the unexpected. Because we just experienced
the unexpected.
So you guys know, if you play along, that we just went on what was supposed to be a 90-mile bike ride in Austin, and it was one that we had never done before, but we were really excited to try it because it was for a cause that we all really feel strongly about and support. It was the Hill Country Ride for AIDS. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Okay. And we just sort of took for granted that, we got this. I mean, we packed up our bikes. We didn't look at a map. We just said, hey, let's go.
So, we've done a couple rides, MS 150 in particular, and so we're used to just, like you said, getting on our bike and going. But, we made the mistake of just looking at the route, the rest stops, and the elevations literally the day before. Which normally, when you ride from Houston to Austin, which we typically do, it's relatively flat. But we chose to do a ride in North Austin, not thinking through that. It actually was extremely challenging for us.
It was really challenging, made worse by the fact that we had a lot of unexpected things happen. So, for example,
Talk about it.
Let's see, in the first 20 miles, so probably the first thing that we didn't expect was that the rest stops were spaced really far apart. Normally, rest stops are about, 10 to 12 miles apart, and these were spaced anywhere from 20 to...
It's like 17 was the shortest, and 22 was like the longest, which when you're riding 90 miles, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So before we could even get to the first rest stop, the chain on my bike came off, and I'm a little helpless when that happens. I didn't really know what to do, so I had to
phone a friend.
Yeah, I had to use my phone a friend. So we got that put back on, and not realizing how far away the first rest stop was, I was ravenous when I got to it, and put down 3 kind bars in 10 seconds, just boom, 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 and that probably also wasn't smart. But anyway.
Well, we got through it.
Yeah. And then the second 20 miles, I got a blowout. This was not my ride. And I've never had a blowout before, so I really didn't know what to do. And so I, again, had to phone a friend, and I had to get picked up and taken to the next rest stop, and where we discovered that
your tire was...
It was gone.
There was
no fixing it.
It was shot.
So I had to sag, as they call it, where you have to actually ride in the van. And they take you, but they couldn't even take me to the next rest stop, which was like 17 miles away. They had to take me to the following one because that's where the mechanic was. And so that was at the lunch stop, which meant that I was not going to be riding 90 miles. I was sagging about 40 of them, and really didn't sit well with me.
Why?
I can't imagine.
Tell us why.
Well, because I'm competitive. And because, I was ready to do a 90-mile ride. I've never sagged before. And it's an ego thing.
It is, for sure.
I mean, even though I couldn't help it, it wasn't because of a physical reason, it was because of the bike, but until later.
Strike 3 coming up.
So when we got to the lunch place and I got my tire fixed, I realized that I was not in any kind of shape to really keep going. I had bronchitis for about the 10 days leading up to the ride.
Nobody got time for that.
I know. I really thought I was kind of over it, but once I got out there in the elements and I realized I was not over it. And so when you guys came to the lunch stop, I told you that I was going to actually ride in the van to the next rest stop and meet you guys there. So I only ended up riding maybe 50 miles total.
Yeah,
but that was hard for me to admit.
But it was
all got there, and it was like, okay, we're going to go. And I was like, I can't do it. And to admit that I couldn't do it.
But I think that was a big step, that you... Yeah, I think it was.
It's part of my 12-step recovery.
No, but it's something that you had to experience, and not being able to do something like that, and learning to listen to your body, which is something we always preach.
We do. We preach that, and I probably didn't as much as I should have.
No, but you did it, and I think that was a very smart decision you made. I'm glad.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't have physically done it anymore. It was the route was challenging. It was crazy.
Yeah, because the last from the lunch spot to the last rest stop was like 22 miles.
Yeah.
And that 22 miles.
And it was all uphill.
It was. The whole ride was uphill.
Yeah.
But that stretch was not a pretty stretch, so it would have been difficult. And that's when it started to warm up too.
Yeah.
So it would have been really challenging.
So then, while I'm waiting for you guys at the rest stop, what happened at the last rest stop? When I took the van to the last rest stop where I was going to meet up with you guys and we were going to ride our way in.
What do you mean?
Well, you guys had to stop.
Oh, we did.
Seriously, you know like we did it? Wow.
No, I was thinking, I was like, wait, what part are you talking about? The ride? This was a long ride.
This was a long ride. It was a long day.
So, what I took from this ride was that no matter how physically prepared you are, or you think you are for something, there's a whole nother picture of things to consider besides how strong you think you are. It's definitely making sure that you're mentally fit to handle what you're about to do, and then you actually do your research to educate yourself on what you're doing. For me, as soon as I got on the bike that day, my legs felt like lead. And I made the stupid mistake of teaching a couple indoor cycling classes that week, especially the day before. I went for a 4-mile run when I was in Houston. So I did a lot that week, and I knew back here that it was not a good idea, but I was like, I can do it. I'll do a couple stretches and I'll be fine. But it was a big mistake. And so learning what I need to do to prepare myself is something I'm not going to just take for granted anymore. It was hard because once we got past that rest stop, it was just 60 miles in. I mean, I was hangry, I was tired, I had bugs on my face. It was a long ride.
My nose was running.
Yeah. But so we since that rest stop was 22 miles, in between, we decided to meet halfway and just reevaluate how we felt. And so we got to the halfway point, and we both were just exhausted. It started warming up. I started feeling dehydrated. We felt fatigued, and it was just something that we knew it just wasn't right. We knew that if we pushed the next 11 miles, it probably wouldn't have been pretty, or it would have taken us a lot longer than expected. And so we made the decision to sag the last 11 miles to that next rest stop. So it was a little bit of a ego beating, but at the same time, like, I was really so tired.
I know. At that point, we honestly probably didn't care.
I was like,
we were so
I'm
tired.
not gonna fight this. Get that van. Get me to the next rest stop. So, but the other component to the whole ride that I really took, what I took from it was that, mentally I had to push myself 80 miles to get it done. I mean, like I said, my legs felt like lead. You were literally going up, 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 up. We were hitting so many cattle guards, and so it was just really challenging. And since it was a really small ride, there was only 30 people that did.
And that's weird because normally the rides we do, there's
hundreds.
a ton of people, and so it's sort of, for me, it kind of helps when you start to feel like, oh my gosh, but you've got all these people around you, right, that are really excited and everybody's going, so you kind of feed off that adrenaline a little bit.
But so
there were stretches where I was alone.
There was about 700 riders total, but only like 30 that did the 90-mile ride, which now we know why.
They were smart.
Yeah, but so, feeling already tired, my legs felt like lead. This ride is not as easy as we thought it would be. Mentally being fit to push myself and stay motivated and to keep cheering yourself on is really hard to do, especially when you take it for granted that you can do this, and then you realize, oh shit, I can't do something. I just did. Sorry. But it's like you can't do it. But it was hard. I think the thing that I took out of it the most is that just those thoughts, those positive, negative thoughts that constantly come in and out of your mind, filtering them and really just taking your time and getting it done.
So I think, to Wes's point, I think that how you kind of apply that to everyday life. So, for me, when I was really bummed out, I was feeling like crap, my tire blown out, I was, and I'm running, and I just, I kind of got down about it. But then, I had these two guys too, and so, I was trying to stay positive, and it was hard. I mean, because number one, I was mad. I was just mad. And number two, I didn't feel good. So it was tough. And I'm somebody who can tend to get in my head a lot. And start, oh, well, maybe I just shouldn't do this ever again. And, oh, I'm so, I'm getting older and can't do it. Yeah, so go through the whole thing of the negative talk. And then, I snap
But
out
it's
of
true.
It is true.
I had that same experience.
Like, oh my gosh, am I losing my edge?
Mile 45. Just kidding, I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's how do you learn to control that? It's a hard thing to do.
So I think the takeaway, so for everybody who, is into working out, whether it's that you're trying to make X amount of of group exercise classes a week, or you're trying to lose X amount of pounds, whatever it is, there's going to be setbacks, and there's going to be challenges that maybe you weren't expecting. So maybe it's that something came up and you have not been able to get to the gym for, a week or two, or you've had to cancel your trainer, or whatever it is. And I think it can be very easy then to fall into that negative pattern. Well, I'll never do it again. Now I'm so completely off track that, I suck. I can't do this. But, and I think you have to, that's where your mental game has to come in. I think you have to realize that one bad ride, or one missed week of workouts, or one really poor meal choice, or
two,
that those don't, it's not the whole story, it's not the big picture, and it's a setback, and you reevaluate, you learn from it, and you go on. So the learning we took from it is to be a little more prepared next time, to probably, maybe look at the route if we're not familiar with it. And maybe I should learn to change a tire, I don't know. But
which is something we might actually
I'm going to actually share with you guys.
Upcoming.
Because apparently I need to know this.
We'll be led by you.
So, anything you're doing in life, whether it's the gym, or whether maybe it's something at work, or maybe it's something with your family, but whatever it is that comes up that causes you to sort of go in a negative place in your head and feel like you're not strong enough, or you're not good enough, you can't stay there. You can wallow in it a minute, but you got to come out of it and realize that you pick yourself up and you keep trying, and you take what you learned from it and you apply it, and you do it better next time. Because now, we're already talking about it. We're going to do this again because now we know what to expect. We're going to kill it, and we'll see. We might not.
Well, we'll try.
We'll try.
Again.
And
that's the thing
point.
we're not giving up. We're trying because it's our passion.
Right.
And your body is your passion. You're doing this for a reason.
Right.
So just let it go, shake it off, and then move on to the next thing.
And do it again, and do it better. Try harder, do whatever it is that you need to do to make it work for you, and celebrate the small accomplishments. So we didn't ride 90 miles, but we rode, the 50 miles I rode were the equivalent, I think, of 90 miles of flat road. It was uphill the whole way. So my point is, we still accomplished a lot.
I finished.
We pushed ourselves hard.
I finished the ride. I was just a little disappointed, but I wasn't as disappointed as I thought I would be because of the level of difficulty that it was, and the fact that we did it as a group, and that was a special moment that we finished it together. So cherish those little things. There's something to learn from every situation.
Right.
So
don't get too hung up on thinking in terms of negative. It's a negative experience, or it's a failure. I hate that word. So look at it as a positive thing, as a learning experience, and move forward and keep at it.
So
that's our spin on it.
It is our spin on it. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
And if you like our spin on it, we have exciting news. I know, right? Drum roll. So we are going to have a column in San Antonio Magazine, not every month, but every so often.
Super cool.
Super cool. Our spin on it, where we will be taking a question or a topic and giving you our thoughts on it, our spin on it, exactly.
So this is an opportunity, guys. If you guys have any ideas, or questions, or for us, definitely let us know, and we can potentially roll it into our next video or our next
column.
Yeah, the next column article.
So keep an eye on it. It'll be in the July issue of San Antonio Magazine, and let us know your thoughts.
All right, guys. Have a great week, and check y'all later.
Bye.